All right, so we got that box. Let's look at the wrist. There's not a lot here. We're just going to fill in those words so that you have them. All right, those bones that are most distal are called metacarpals. Those bones that are the most distal on the first line are called the metacarpals. Then the ones closer to the wrist are called the carpals. Carpals. And let's be thankful we don't have to memorize those 13 carpals. In times past, we've had to. Then that little bump, feel your wrist right here, where your watch keeps it's on the outside. That is the styloid process of the radius. That is the styloid process of the radius. The next line, that bone way on the other side then, must be the ulna. Okay? All right, so we have metacarpals on the first line, carpals on the next. What's that bump? Styloid process. Then the bone over on the outside is ulna. All right. Now, here's something we need to know. In the anatomical position, is this. Feet are together, palms are facing forward, and thumbs are pointing laterally. This is the anatomical position. In the anatomical position, the forearm bone that is medial is the ulna. So fill that in. In the anatomical position, which forearm bone is in the medial position? That means closest to the inside of you. It's the ulna. Now what happens if I turn my hand over? All of a sudden, my lower arm rotates, and now what is going to be the medial bone? The radius. Okay, but in the palms up anatomical position, the ulna is in the medial position. Okay, you need to remember that. All right, turn page. We're heading south. I've already shown you guys this before. These are two new ones. This here is the pelvic girdle. Okay, this is the pelvic girdle. I don't like it that they put L4 and L5 on here because I prefer it without L4 and L5. But the pelvic girdle is made up of a right ilium and a left ilium. And of course, what's right in the middle, in the posterior, is the sacrum. Okay? Then in the front is the pubic symphysis, where the two pubic bones, the left pubic bone and the right pubic bone, are held together by a band of fibrocartilage. Okay? So how do these things articulate? Well, let me grab an ilium right here. This is a right ilium. Okay? You notice that there's a rough surface here. This is smooth and this is rough. All right, this is called the rough auricular surface, A-U-R-I-C-L-E, auricular, okay? So it turns out that the rough auricular surface of the ilium articulates with the rough auricular surface of the sacrum. Then the left auricular surface of the left ilium articulates with the left auricular surface of the sacrum, okay? And then, of course, the two frontal or anterior bones are the two pubic bones that form the pubic symphysis by a band of fibrocartilage. Okay? All right, so let's start from the top. The clavicle articulates with the manubrium of the sternum medially. Then laterally, the acromion of the, then is the glenoid of the, articulating with the, of the, down the medial aspect of the humerus, it is the trochlea that articulates with the trochlear notch of the ulna. Laterally, it is the capitulum of the humerus that articulates with the head of the radius. By the way, the head of the radius articulates at the, of the ulna. Okay? Then, it is the rough auricular surface of the ilium that articulates with the rough auricular surface of the sacrum to form the sacroiliac joint. In the front, it is the left pubic bone that articulates with the right pubic bone to form the pubic symphysis by a band of fibrocartilage. Okay? So let's fill that in. The sacroiliac joint is formed by the rough auricular, A-U-R-I-C-U-L-A-R, auricular. by the rough auricular surface of the ilium and the rough auricular surface of the sacrum. Anteriorly, the two pubic bones are joined by a disc of fibrocartilage to form the pubic symphysis. Symphysis is spelled S-Y-M-P-H-Y-S-I-S. Symphysis. All right.